What about cricket protein? It's like a big thing now, right? Was?
That's just the government trying to control us by eating bugs when we run out of food. This is not a conspiracy theory podcast.
It's Bill Gates and his his robot crickets. Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Share the Backline, the podcast where two washed-up local musicians wax poetic about gripes, triumphs, and the mundane. I'm your host, O'Brien.
And Beardley.
So here we are, episode number 6. We missed an opportunity last episode.
Why?
We could have called it Mambo number 5.
While I was editing, that's all I could think about. It was Mambo number 5, dude.
Episode Revenge of the 6th. No, it's dumb.
Mambo number 6.
We'll come up with a name for this episode. Mambo number 6. So we missed the 5th one. Just throw it in. Just do it now. Good to see you, Andrew.
Yeah.
Beardley, I'm sorry.
It's been a couple days.
Yeah.
Like a day and a half, actually. But
so we're only 4 episodes to that 10-episode hump you're talking about.
Cannot wait.
Almost there.
We're already hitting a wall, trying to figure out topics. But I think that's our fault because we don't write anything down.
Plan ahead.
Yeah.
No, I got some stuff. Let's jump into it.
Let's do it.
Let's talk about that.
How does it make you feel?
I don't know. I posted on Instagram. I was just asking people what they would like us to talk about, and there were a couple that we didn't touch on the last time because we hit like an hour and a half on that episode. We could have just kept going, but yeah, we decided not to.
Yeah, I actually cut out like 5 minutes of stuff too.
Yeah,
it was still like an hour and 17 minutes or something.
Yeah, stuff that we would have gotten us in trouble with YouTube.
Thanks, O'Brien.
I would never have like guessed that I would be the one to get like. It's not like I'm saying anything bad. Like I'm not using any yesterday words or anything. It's just things that are a little too topical for just like an easy play without a disclaimer on YouTube or anything.
Yeah, I by now you guys could have guessed what he brought up because they're, with the disclaimer and everything. Mm-hmm. It's even on Instagram too now. Like,
see, look, my brain's just like, how do you say it? How do you bring it up? It rhymes with. But you had to cut that part out.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to censor me, man?
It's the man.
Just let me live.
The man censoring you, not me, man. Sorry.
But yeah, one topic that my friend Daniel sent was basically consistency versus imagination, and I think we're kind of up against that right now. Yeah. Although we're being very consistent, and I feel like progressing pretty quickly into kind of developing like a natural rhythm of things and sounding more natural and saying and then yeah dude, saying using those like filler words. I said like, damn it. Using those a lot less. And
yeah, I just I substitute and like for yeah dude last episode.
Yeah dude. You pointed it out, and I thought it was gonna be like the glass shattering, or it's just I would hear it every time, the way I heard me saying "yeah" every couple seconds on the first episode. But I did it. You were pointing it out every time you said it, and I was like, "What are you pointing at?" I was like, "Look at that." So, what do you think? How do you feel about that?
I've always liked consistency. That's why before we started, like, we need a day where we're going to do it. Mm-hmm. And do it every day every time that comes around, we're doing it.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Because I want to make sure, like, that's one thing that's that I think sets a lot of people, like, you know, especially in bands, like bands that are consistently playing, you know, that are out there. You're going to see that, like, oh man, this band's playing another show. Like, oh, this band's playing another show.
Yeah, that band's busy. That band's busy.
It's they're just consistent. Because, you know, being consistent is going to lead to more opportunities. That's why, you know, I'm that was pretty loud.
That was loud, huh?
Yeah.
I'm,
you know, I want to make it a point to put these out every Friday. That's why I was up until almost 4:00 on Thursday editing episode number 5.
Mambo number 5.
Because I do want to be consistent. Like, not only for us, but, you know, the people that do listen, again, we appreciate it. You know, that something they can fall back on, like, okay, I know this is going to be here because these guys are consistent. You know, and I've always been that way. Like, you know, I think it might be a baseball thing where, you know, they say walk up to the plate the same way every day, you know, every time, and it's going to produce results because, you know, once you do it a certain amount of times, it becomes like second nature, you know, and
wax on, wax off.
Yeah, you're not gonna think about it.
Like, this doesn't make any sense. How's this gonna help me play baseball better?
Yeah,
and it somehow does.
Yeah, I believe that. Like, consistency is key. Consistency. And you know, that goes the same thing like with social media. You know, you look at like the groups, you know, bands, whatever, like influencers that are posting on Instagram. They're consistently putting something out. It's just either to catch that algorithm train or just to be on the front page every time. You know, they're always putting something out. And it's just the way it works, man.
Mm-hmm. That gets you the bucks. Somebody mentioned, like, on TikTok, you have to post like every day or something, right?
Yeah.
And I've seen posts like, oh, we're doing this just because I have to post every day and I got nothing.
Yeah.
So here's a post, and then they'll post it, and I'm like, what the hell? And then I look, and it's, you know, there's a couple thousand views on it. Jesus.
Yeah.
I guess whatever works.
Again, it's catching that algorithm train, and once you're on it, you want to stay on it, so you got to keep posting, and because, you know, at that point, either TikTok likes you, Instagram likes you, or their algorithm, and it just keeps pushing you forward. You know, like, we should have posted yesterday. I don't think I posted anything yesterday, but the video I posted of you with the red vine challenge,
hashtag red vine challenge,
had almost 2,000 views. Like,
how embarrassing.
You know, and it like, that was just all organic.
Gluttony sells, man. Gluttony sells.
That was all organic, dude. And I posted that pretty late because I couldn't get Wi-Fi. But yeah, I mean, we should have posted something else. That's my bad. Sorry, I was tired.
To ride that wave.
Yeah,
that
like just to see
wave. How
it goes. And then, like, our posts are getting better and better. That's one thing I was looking at too. Is if you go back to our first post on Instagram, where it's the 2 mics, and then it's like it's like a screenshot of episode 1.
Big things coming.
And then, like, the next one is all yellow, and then episode 3, I forgot, we did it at the shop, right? Episode 3 was at the shop, and then it's here, and then episode 5 is like all vertical, like, dude, we're doing a lot.
And that's from consistency.
Yeah. I mean, that's what it is. Yeah. Really.
They really do go hand in hand, though. What I was touching on it last episode when you were talking about things we regret not doing, or things we wish we would have done differently playing in bands. And one of them that I mentioned was practicing the craft more, like the actual... For me, would be playing drums.
Yeah.
Like actually practicing and seeking out those things, and getting better at the thing that I'm doing. in my part in the band. And I also talked about the difference between talent and work ethic. Is you can just be talented. I was never a talented musician, but I could have compensated with a lot of work ethic and trying different things and practicing a lot. I know a lot of drummers that didn't, they came from playing different instruments or not playing anything at all, started kind of late in life and then still, just fucking grinded.
Yeah. And
got to a point where you're just like, holy shit, that's a talented drummer or talented musician. And there is a difference, having a natural talent and having to work your ass off are kind of two different things.
Yeah.
It's the best when you have both. When you have, you're naturally gifted, you have a natural talent and you're hardworking. But I was blessed to play with a lot of great guitar players in my first band in A Bitter End. They were all incredible, and a couple of them were almost so good right off the bat that they just didn't want to do it. Had like very little interest in the work part of it because it came so easy, and it was always kind of a shame seeing that. Oh, what a waste, But I mean, if you don't want to do it, you don't want to do it.
Yeah,
it is what it is. Like that talent could have been
something special.
Yeah, or given to someone else. But it's a deck of cards. You get whatever hand you're dealt, and having that kind of talent and kind of squandering it is always a shame. But I mean, it's their decision. Just as somebody that didn't have that natural talent, like, damn it, I wish I had that. Not having to practice so much, but also like being consistent with practicing. Like you like talk about like in baseball or like being in a band, we would always try to getting 4 like punk kids to decide on a day of the week to go practice for a couple hours with an attempt at undivided attention.
Yeah.
It's like everybody has undiagnosed ADHD. We're all just buzzing around the room and, walking out, going to the store and stuff. We're like, dude, where's so-and-so? He was here a second ago and now he's gone. And especially in I didn't get a cell phone until I think after high school. So I was trying to get a hold of people. Like, dude, where are you?
Yeah.
Like you were just here. There's people wandering around and stuff. But luck, what's that saying? Like luck is preparation and opportunity or something like that.
Sure.
I don't know if I messed that up or not, but it's like like that whole, like you're talking about like the algorithm train. If you're consistent, if you keep doing something, then you kind of get better at it, and then you're thinking about it less, so it's easier the imagination flows a little easier.
Yeah,
you're able to like come up with ideas more effortlessly.
It's because
it pertains to your craft.
Yeah, it's because you're already you've done what you're doing day in day out, or like for us it's once a week. Like when I first set up 3 cameras, it's like, I don't know, this is what, my 3rd time now? Like now I kind of understand what we're looking for, and it's going to be, like, again, it goes back to like our post where everything's different, but like, I know for sure, like these last 3 episodes are pretty consistent.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just because, like, I don't have to think about it anymore.
Creating like a brand recognition. Like you can go to McDonald's in any country. Your Big Mac will look like a Big Mac.
Yeah, exactly. And,
we're creating brand consistency for you guys.
we might tweak a few things here and there. I can't get the cameras in the same exact spot every single time. Well, I can, but just... I mean, I marked the floor, and there's only 2 legs that are in the marks, because I just put tape down. I didn't actually mark them like, oh, this leg here, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm gonna do that so we can have that consistent shot every single time we record, you know. And
it's weird. It's how subliminal that is. Like, I remember when we're gonna cut this out again. When a certain event happened, I had to because of my anxiety, I had to create some sort of consistency in the morning. So when I would get to work, a lot faster than usual because there were no other cars on the road. Now we know what event I'm talking about.
yeah, the event that happened in 2020.
Yeah,
where many claimed it was a hoax or planned.
Damn it. Just censoring myself so you don't have to. So one of the things I used was music. So I would play the same playlist every day. As soon as I got to work, play the same playlist, do the same thing. I should be like making a pot of coffee.
Fresh pot?
Fresh pot. Making the first fresh pot of the morning and listening to the same playlist. And then it ended up being like, I was like, your top 20 in review on Spotify. And it was like that playlist.
Yeah.
Like every song on that, I was like, oh, geez, this again. But yeah, it's something that I hope some people would appreciate, us being consistent with your shots and everything, and the day we drop it, and the time we drop it. People can find some comfort in that.
Yeah, and like now I know it's not just random days dropping. Like, oh, I finished editing, should I drop it? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Random times.
Like we had like almost full day discussion on what day we should drop this podcast. Like, not this particular one, but like all of them in general, because I wanted to be consistent with it, and I wanted to give myself enough time to edit and do what we need to do, whether it's pulling up a part for a clip that we post on Instagram or
deleting entire segments.
Yeah, because somebody can't censor himself. But I think that's why, like, it's not major success that we've seen so far, but I mean, for a brand new podcast, we've done pretty well.
Sweet.
Averaging like 50 views on each video on YouTube. Each episode combined is at almost 100 views and listens, which is great for a brand new podcast. From what I understand, reading stuff online,
Sure. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'll take your word for it.
And it's like every week that number is growing, and it's just, I think it's the consistency of it.
And you guys.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Appreciate. And you, the viewer.
And viewers like you. What was that? Reading Rainbow, right? No, that's PBS.
PBS. Made possible from donations from viewers like you.
Speaking of donations.
What is that, tip jar?
Oh. It's an empty coffee jar.
Put your tips there. So it's the other one, we can go right into it, is self-progression, inhibiting societal progression. So
those are big words. I'm kind of dumb.
Well, it's that whole, like, if we keep practicing not saying like those little filler words.
Yeah, dude.
We spend too much time perfecting everything, mixing everything, that we're not doing like the hopping on the algorithm train. We're not posting things on social. We're not going to the hockey game and having me eat a licorice burrito. We're not doing all those
Red
other
Vine
things.
burritos.
Oh, sorry, Red Vine burrito. This is the Red Vine podcast. Just no Twizzlers. If any Twizzler people are listening. Don't know. God damn it.
Hot take, dude. I think I love red vines, but I think Twizzlers are better than red vines, dude.
Oh, God.
We have a lot to talk about because...
Well, thanks for joining us on our last episode of Share the Backline. I was your host, though. But
it's just going to be all 3 cameras pointing at me now.
Take it away.
And then I'll sit here. Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like, yeah, dude. But, yeah, there you have it. We wouldn't be able to do that if we're trying to perfect every single thing, like marking the cameras and, getting everything fine tuned, or
putting your posters in a straight line,
or perfect, like having outfits, hair and makeup, things like that. We have to it's solid balance, tightrope here.
I don't know. I don't agree with. I think you could do voice crack much.
I don't agree with you in Twizzlers.
I think it goes back to being consistent. It's I can get all these cameras ready. I think the first time we got here, minus decorating and stuff, it took us an hour, almost 2 hours to physically hit the record button and start recording. Last week was a little quicker. This week, I got here, we set up the cameras, and we were just messing around, trying to figure out what we're going to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
And I've always wanted to be not perfect. In everything I do. That's why for streaming, everybody's like, "Oh, you don't need all the best gear." It's like, no, I don't need it, but I want it. I want to stand out, against everybody else.
Yeah.
I might not have an editing team or social media managers or, people posting stuff for me, but I'm doing it myself and I have the best stuff and I'm still making time for it. Because, the more you work at something in the long run, it's going to be quicker for you to just get in and do it. It's like starting a new job. You look at a register and you see all these buttons and stuff, and the first week it's like, oh, okay. 6 months later, you're like, without even looking, you can input stuff, on a register or a computer, whatever.
Definitely.
And hey, that's a new one. That's a new filler word, definitely.
Most deaf. I think we talked about that in the first episode too, where I hate going into something brand new like that because I want to skip to where I'm already good at it.
Yeah.
God damn it, or we look back on the early episodes like, oh God, that was horrible. And then also starting at a new job, and then from starting that new job was this podcast was born. So it was putting me into 2 new things, new situations where I just wanted to skip to that finish line.
Yeah.
Not the finish line, but
And I think I helped along the way, just make things easy for you, I hope.
Yeah, for sure.
I know there was a few times where I'm texting you all this stuff. I'm like, damn, I'm bugging the shit out of this guy, dude. But it's just, we're in it together. I want to get your opinion. My wife says this to me all the time. I'll ask her, I'm like, hey, can I go do this? Or can, and she's like, I'm not your mom. You don't have to ask for permission. It's like, I'm not asking you for permission. I'm being considerate and I want your honest opinion, and
For sure.
I don't know how we got there, but.
But yeah, it's just another being, you said considerate in a partnership where you want to input and let people know where you're going, where you're moving, where things are going, especially with schedules and those of you have with kids and stuff. You kind of do have to ask for permission.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, speaking of kids, it was just me and the boys yesterday, just hanging out.
Nice.
No, my wife took off with my in-laws and my daughter. They were gone for pretty much the whole day. They left like pretty early, came back pretty late. So it was just me and the boys hanging out. You know, they eat chorizo in the morning, chorizo and eggs and some hash browns. So they got that. And then just playing, dude. It's fun having twins that can crawl because like I wanted to get them changed, and I started like a marching band, dude. So I'm like, come on, let's go. You know, like being a dad, like doing stupid stuff, and then they're laughing and just crawling like in a straight line behind one another.
Pied Piper.
Yeah, let's go. They're like, dude, it's hilarious because my house isn't big. But you could hear like echoes down the hallway. Mm-hmm. So when one of the boys is like crawling, you just hear all the hand slapping on the floor, like pop, pop, pop. Like, oh, here comes one of them, and then the next one will come out. But yeah, that was fun.
Have you given any thought to like their, I guess we would call it like screen time, or what they're gonna spend most of their time doing? As they, you know, at that age when they're little.
With Iris, we did. It was like, oh no, we don't want her doing any screen time, you know, and like we don't want her asking for the iPad or this and that. And it's like, I don't know, man. It's different. Like I don't understand how parents did it, you know, when did the internet come out, like. Really, you know, like let's say 2000 or 2000, like 1996 or something.
Yeah,
you know?
so I remember maybe like 97, 98 was when we got internet. It was a little more widely available.
Yeah. I just don't understand. Like, I guess like cartoons, like on Nickelodeon and stuff. But dude, like some of the, you know, we kind of let Iris, my daughter, just you know, give her screen time. We limit it, and we monitor. But some of the stuff she watches, it's helped her, like 100 times. You know, times 100.
Yeah,
like
other than just watching Looney Tunes or something.
Dude, last night we were, you know, I was trying to get her to bed, and we named all the planets together, or she did.
Nice.
Like she would say, like Saturn. I'm like Saturn, Mars. You know, it's like I don't think at 4 I knew all my planets. She knows all her planets, all the days of the week, all the months. She can count to like 100. Dude, we counted this to 10 in Spanish.
Oh damn.
Yeah. So, like, and, you know, I'll sit down with her and we'll, you know, chat and, you know, can't hold conversations with a 4-year-old, but, you know, we'll talk about ABCs and, you know, she's starting to read, so we'll read a couple books together. They came back yesterday and my father-in-law handed me a paper and, he said, go up to Iris and tell her, dude, and show her the paper. So I do that, like, without looking at the paper. I'm like, Iris, dude. And she's like, sweet. And the paper said, sweet.
Oh, my God.
So it's like, dude, sweet. What does mine say? Dude.
What does mine say?
Sweet. Yeah. So, I don't know. With the boys, we haven't really, you know, my wife and I haven't discussed it. But they're too preoccupied with playing already. Like it's so much fun to watch them playing together and stuff. We have like these tubes that one will crawl through, and the other one's like trying to catch them and stuff. And you know, it's just we'll worry about that later. So to answer your question, no, we haven't given it much thought.
Yeah. What did you remember pre-internet, right?
I do.
What did you do?
I mean, I was playing a lot of baseball when I, you know, pre-internet. So, when a lot of baseball practices. But when there was no baseball, where I used to live, there was a cul-de-sac, right? Cul-de-sac?
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 Cold sack?
Cul-de-sac? Halfback? What? Anyways, one of my good friends, you know, Kirby. Shout out to Kirby. He lived like right across the street from me. So a bunch of us will get together and play football in the street. You know, because it's a dead end at the end, and no, you know, not a lot. So we would like it was almost every day. We would,
In the cult of sack?
yeah, in the cold sack. Every day we'd be playing football, which was cool. Like, you know, and I still think about those days like, oh man, I miss doing that. And then that's when like Tony Hawk Pro Skater came out.
Damn.
So we all got skateboards and we're all trying to skate and stuff and just hanging out, going to the mall. You know, I remember, you know, with one of my cousins, my cousin Louie, like we take the bus. So from Montebello, like 4th and Whittier, I think it's a 10. We take it all the way to like Atlantic Square, where Tower Records was.
Damn.
So we spend like hours inside Tower, looking at posters and CDs and just movies and stuff.
I haven't heard the name Atlantic Square in so long. Is it even still called Atlantic Square?
I think so.
Yeah, the Blockbuster right there.
Yeah, my aunt worked at that Blockbuster.
No way.
Yeah.
Damn, that was my Blockbuster.
Yeah.
I remember rummaging through the couch for like loose change and stuff so I can go rent a movie.
Yeah, so what else is there? There was like a fish store, I think, where you could just buy. It wasn't a pet store; it was just fish.
Just an aquarium, or
It's not an aquarium.
what's the name?
A fish wholesaler? I don't know. Like a tropical fish.
Yeah, there you go.
You know, Big Five. We would walk around Big Five.
La Big Five.
Big Five.
That's still there.
There was a van store there, I think.
I think that's still there too.
And then
A Radio Shack. There was a Music Plus there. Then they opened a Hollywood Video across the street.
yeah, by the Caros, I think, or was that Coco's?
No, the Blockbuster was by the Caros, and then they opened the Hollywood Video on the other side. Bastards.
Always competing. I worked at Hollywood Video, dude.
Shut the fuck up.
I worked at Hollywood Video for a couple months.
Do you remember what was the video game section called? You know, like Game Zone or something.
Game Crazy.
Game Crazy. Yeah. Oh, you would call. Oh, does your location have a Game Crazy?
Dude, when I bought my first Xbox, like the first Xbox that came out, I think it was around Black Friday.
The one that was a giant X.
Yeah, a big old black box. I weighed like 30 pounds. And I want to say it was Thanksgiving or like at least Black Friday. It was me and my cousin. We were like pestering my grandpa, like, you know, come on, Papa, like this will be our Christmas gift.
Let's go to Game Crazy.
My grandpa's like, oh, just take them. He's like, here's some cash. So me and my cousin both got Xboxes, but we had to go get it at Game Crazy because they gave you like this big old sheet.
I can't believe you remember the name of that place.
They gave you a sheet where you can have 12 free rentals. So like a rental every month of a video game. So every time something came out, like,
But you had to bring the sheet every time?
no, it's like they were perforated squares. You take it out and give it to them, and so I'm like, we have to get a Game
And
Crazy.
if you lose it,
Yeah, you're screwed. But yeah, dude, Game Crazy. That place was dope. And then like 6 months later, it's like they just shut it down.
Hollywood Video, right?
No, the Game Crazy.
Oh, really?
Game Crazy went first, and then then Blockbuster Hollywood Video. It's just like,
Yeah, it sucks.
they're like, oh, Netflix is gonna work, dude. You remember that?
Yeah, Blockbuster had an opportunity to invest in Netflix.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. They're like, no, it's not going to work. Bam.
I would get like, you know, because like I said, my aunt worked at like Blockbuster and Hollywood Video. more so Blockbusters that I remember. So I would always, she would get discounts and stuff. So I'd always get my games. So every time a new Call of Duty came out, like around my birthday, I would go pick it up from her. And, it's like you go to Best Buy or Target, they might be sold out. Fry's. Do you remember Fry's, dude? Electronics?
Does Fry's not exist anymore?
I don't think so. I think they went out.
There was that one right off the 6T on
that's
Crossroads.
Gone. That's gone. Long gone.
My bad. He's just not paying attention on the road. Jada gives me shit all the time. He's like, how have you not noticed that? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, maybe I should pay more attention to the road. Like, all these things. I'm like, what are you talking about? It's like, they'd be like just down the street from us. I've driven that street like 1,000 times. And I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. There's, yeah. I forgot what I was talking about. Oh,
Fries.
Yeah, dude, like Blockbuster was the place to go to get games because...
Do you remember renting consoles? You can also rent... I remember... I don't know if we didn't have a VCR or if ours was broken, but I remember renting a VCR.
Really?
Along with the movies from Blockbuster.
I'm not that old.
Ouch.
You're only like, what?
4 years older than you.
Yeah. No, I don't remember that at all.
It's wild, the things that I actually do remember. It's like my memory's mostly mush, but I remember little things like that.
I remember renting Super Nintendo games. And we had...
I think I rented a Super Nintendo as well.
Jesus.
Yeah. Those only on special occasions because they were pretty expensive to rent.
It's like, can I have a sleepover? Yeah. Can we go rent a Nintendo 64?
Can we rent a 64?
Dude, I never had a Nintendo 64. I went from... no. We're going to go back into piracy, dude.
Do it.
I went from Super Nintendo, then somebody broke into our house in Long Beach, or apartment in Long Beach, and they stole my Super Nintendo. And then my neighbor, he was like, hey, I was going to go donate this, but do you want it? I'm like, it was a Super Nintendo with all his games and stuff.
Nice.
So I went from that to PlayStation, the first one. And then my uncle was like, hey, I have this chip that I got online. I could put it in your PlayStation. You could play like copies of games.
Like every game ever.
Yeah, just somebody has a game that you want to play, you just burn it onto a CD and you can play it. Like it'll read it. So my uncle
unlocked like a core memory.
My uncle modded my PlayStation, and every time
that's what it was. It was a modded PlayStation.
Every time a new game would come out, my aunt would bring it home, get a copy of it, and I had that game. Like I remember that, because I'm a big scaredy cat. Well, not so much now, but like I used to be afraid of the dark and stuff. Like whenever I shut off a light, I'm like booking it down the hallway. So I didn't want to play Resident Evil. Like I'm like, no, it's gonna scare me, And I ended up playing it because I had a burnt copy of it. So I'm sorry, Sony, don't sue me. This was years ago. It's like, what's a statute of limitations has run out, right?
Yeah. You're good.
I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah, Resident Evil. I remember my friend Emmanuel. He was a cool guy, but he was like he had like older siblings, so he had like all the like explicit like music that we shouldn't be listening to. He had it all on tape. I remember like we listened to like he got me into Violent Femmes when we were like really young. Like Violent Femmes was just come out, we had it on tapes. But he would also show us like NWA and
nice.
and the Chronic and stuff like that. And that was the first time I played Resident Evil. I was at his house, and I remember I was like, "Dude, this is so scary." He's like, "We got to turn the lights out." He turned the lights down, and then started playing. There was that whole like Resident Evil, and then the sound of the doors creaking and stuff. It was so iconic,
yeah,
at the time. But it was like so like startling when you play it at first. Yeah. Going back and playing it now is.
It's like, these graphics suck.
But it's still, it still elicits that same feeling you had when you were little. It's a deep-seated thing at this point because you're like dying 10 years old. When you first played it. I remember Mortal Kombat being the first one where it was like, oh, no, it's devil worship. You can't play it. Kind of like on the newspaper articles, like there's a code you enter and it's 666 and it's satanic symbolism and all this stuff. And people are all up in arms about it.
So stupid.
But it was like in Mortal Kombat, it's like it's just a dumb fighting game.
Didn't they do the same thing when Monster came out too? It's like the
Monster Energy.
Yeah, like the can represents Satan and all this stupid stuff, dude.
It's a busybody. It's just like looking for anything to get mad about. But speaking of like satanic symbolism, have you heard about that satanic after school program that they're gonna have?
No, dude.
Where did you say it was?
No, we were so I damn, I just lied. I said I haven't heard of it, but you talked about it like 10 minutes before it started. I'm sorry, guys. So we got to get back to this because this is trending right now. It's like people lying on the internet. Like, what?
Well, I mean, you saw the town, but I was telling you about the cult. The cult.
I was talking about the statue.
Oh,
not the actual club.
Yeah,
I was talking about the statue.
That's right.
That politicians and people try to get taken down, but they couldn't.
And where did you say that one was?
It lists 2 states, Oklahoma and Arkansas. Not that dumb.
School club.
But yeah. I guess, like they put it up for not shits and giggles. Like, I don't know if there's actual Satanists that put it up, but they put it up and the town was trying to get it taken down. And it's like went to court and they lost. So like the statue was able to stay up or something. I don't know. I didn't look too much into it.
Yeah. Freedom of religion.
Yeah. What this country was built on. Hell yeah, bro.
Yeah, they think it only applies to Christianity, like Anglo-Saxon Christians. But there are more religions.
Yeah,
well, I'll have you know. But yeah, it's called After School Satan. It's from not the Church of Satan or whatever it's called, but the Satanic Temple, Sam, Massachusetts. But yeah, in Chesapeake. So it was just their logo is super cool too. Where can I buy a t-shirt? I hope they have merch. A cool sticker. But yeah, a lot of people were upset and like, kids have, but it was just like kind of like a way to bring about free thinking and free speech, and because there are Christian clubs on after school on campus, so they were like, well, there has to be some kind of opposing idea. It's not even that. Have you ever like read anything about the Satanic Bible, whatever?
Never read it. I mean, kind of just like flipped through it. Mm-hmm. I've always been interested, not like the teachings or anything. It's just like I think I'm more interested on why people are interested in it. Like the symbolism. What stuff means to those people. And I go back and forth from like that to Christianity. Like just all religion. Mm-hmm. It's just that's something that always piques my curiosity for some reason. Like I'll fall down a big like YouTube rabbit hole.
Yeah. And for our next topic, we'll discuss politics.
No, but I know a lot about it. Like I was just gonna say, like if these people listened to what I was listening to in high school, like there would be an uproar on that too. Like black metal and death metal.
Black metal's so good though.
It is. I love black metal, dude. Like I would listen to like Deicide. Mm-hmm. Scars of a Crucifix. Like I don't know if we can say that. Damn it.
It's a song. It's a song.
Yeah. It's a song title. He doesn't mean that. Disclaimer, like rolling down. Brian doesn't mean this. Don't say it again.
Smell the smell.
Like cattle decapitation. Their first song has the sounds of a murder, like a viral murder. When videos started coming out, like there would be a lot. Like if my grandma heard what I was listening to, I'd be in a lot of trouble.
These edgelord bands.
Yeah. But then, like my senior year, it was like, "Come my wrist and black my eyes." The same thing. It's just, not scream or growling into the mic. It's all emo.
So,
but yeah, would you join the Satan Club?
from what I understand, a lot of people get into it because it's more along the lines of having a moral compass without having that damning God. It's kind of like that punishing God from other religions, about kind of taking not limiting yourself from enjoying certain things like that. I don't know how far it goes. Like, and if you want to enjoy murder, enjoy murder. I don't know, like, to what extent, but it is more about kind of freedom, not so much following man's laws, but just your own path. But I don't know. I could be wrong, but that's what I hear it's about. The club isn't even really about it. It's just kind of like
It's like the Hellfire Club in Stranger Things.
Yeah, there you go.
Or it's a D&D club.
Yeah, it's just, I think it's more to kind of like raise eyebrows or whatever. But even so, what do people think it's gonna be like a scary movie like The Exorcist or something, where you actually have demons? They're not real.
Yeah.
The demons are real. Like a horned creature with hooves isn't going to appear magically because you go to a after-school Satan club.
I think it was more of a publicity stunt, dude.
Yeah.
Just like everything nowadays.
It's like a counter-protest, basically.
Yeah. But demons are real, dude.
They appear when you turn the lights off.
Yeah, don't turn the lights off.
They watch you run.
Shut up! You're gonna trigger my fear of darkness, dude.
Fear of the dark.
Iron Maiden.
Fear of the Are we gonna get kicked off of YouTube for?
I don't think so. Dude, Fear of the Dark was the first song I learned how to read tabs for. Like I had no.
Oh yeah, because isn't that bass the beginning?
No. It's
oh, that's the very very beginning.
I had a buddy who taught me how to read tabs, and I didn't have a computer at home or at my mom's, and he wrote out the tabs. He's like, "Here, this is how you play Fear of the Dark, and this is how you read it." I'm like, "Oh shit!" And then it was just tabs galore after that.
What was that website? GuitarTabs.com or something?
Ultimate Guitar.
Ultimate Guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had like little horns on the G.
Yeah, I think it still does.
Satanic symbolism.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, demons are gonna appear when I turn the lights off.
I don't know. Yeah, dude. We just watched Clerks 3, and there's satanic symbolism in that too.
Satanic symbolism.
But it was like jokingly and meant to be in there.
Oh yeah, Elias.
Yeah.
Where he condemns Jesus.
Yeah.
See, and he wasn't a bad guy.
No. Dude, I think he made the whole movie.
God damn it. God damn Kevin Smith. You warned me though.
Yeah. Are you gonna tell him, or am I gonna tell him?
I ugly cried. Whatever. That's all right. It was gonna come out one way or another.
I did too. The first time I saw it, like, I guess my wife knew what part I was on, and we're not going to spoil it. So just know, like,
I guess you're right.
We both ugly cried at separate times. I still watch it. I could feel like the tear running down my face, dude, and then I'm like looking at O'Brien, and he's like,
all right, for any fan, I challenge you to watch that movie and not ugly cry.
yeah. He has a point. Like, if you're a fan of Clerks,
If you've grown up watching it, I remember renting Clerks from Blockbuster, and it was when it came out, so it was pretty young. So for something to be a part of my life for that long, and then
94, 95, I think.
So if you've been a fan for any amount of time,
Almost 20 years,
and you don't ugly cry,
30 years, almost 30 years.
you're dead inside.
Yeah, I can't do math, dude. My brain is still on snooze.
Yeah, I can't do math either.
So what else do you got for us?
The Clerks 3 challenge. don't ugly cry at the movie.
The Clerks 3 red wine challenge.
Yeah, and then take a bite of a stack of red wines. What were we talking about? The Satan Club school. What did you do for? Well, oh, you know what I want to talk about? What I've been seeing come up is
OnlyGrants?
No, I won't. No, not only grants. I won't talk about that. I'll bring that up in another episode. But I wanted to ask you, would you drink ant milk?
No. If there's on the top of the list of things I hate, it's ants. Ants is at the top of my list of things I hate.
Followed by
porta potties and lemon treats.
What about peanut butter cookies?
And peanut butter cookies. Like,
all right, so science has discovered that ant babies ooze a weird kind of milk, and the whole colony slurps it down. They just now discovered this.
Because ants are ridiculous, dude. Who wants to look at ants? Research ants. They get everywhere. They spoil a bunch of stuff. I remember had like a box, a dozen donuts that my grandpa, when I was younger, he would take me and my cousins out, and we went to Krispy Kreme. So he would always get 2 dozen, and we had one. We took it inside. I guess we forgot one outside, and within minutes, like covered in ants. And I think that's the origin story.
This is Ant-Man's biggest villain. Yeah. This is the origin story. They ate a box of Krispy Kreme donuts.
It happened to my daughter's godmother on her wedding day, dude. Their wedding was outside, and they had a cake.
It's like ants on your wedding day.
I got full of, dude. I fucking hate ants. No. I'll cuss.
On the wedding cake?
Yeah. Luckily, they had cupcakes and stuff because it was, just a wedding cake for them. But still,
who was responsible for it?
Not me. But yeah, dude.
I know, not you. like who let ants get on the wedding cake?
Ants are anarchists, dude. They do what they want.
They're country outlaws?
They're country outlaws. I fucking hate ants, dude.
Jeez.
Okay,
so
no.
The milk.
Nope.
Let's just say
you just got me drinking oat milk for the first time in my life. Like, I've never had anything else but like 2% or whole milk.
Moo milk.
Yeah.
Let's just say chemically it was identical to cow's milk. Identical to a T. But it came from ants.
Nope. It has the word ants in it. Or
what about cricket protein? It's like a big thing now, right?
That's
Or was?
That's just the government trying to control us by eating bugs when we run out of food. This is not a conspiracy theory podcast.
It's Bill Gates and his
Shut up.
his robot crickets.
Yeah. No, dude. I don't think I'll ever
Working in
drink
meat plants.
ant milk. Just because I hate ants.
About cricket milk.
I'll try it.
So you would try cricket milk, but not ant milk?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, that's fair.
Just like I won't eat any sweet lemon treats or use a. It sucks, dude, because we're on the road so much, and like for me,
I'm not gonna do it.
Good.
I'm done.
Are you really?
Oh, yeah, I'd like to issue a formal apology for all the times I said "for me," like the corn kid. Trying to better myself, and I'll try to not do it anymore.
I wish I had an applaud button, dude.
This one works.
That's
Still
your
gonna
new,
do that though.
That's your new for me. Yeah, like I think I told you, dude. Yeah, like all three in a row.
It's the best. It's the best when you can line them all up.
Damn it! I talked to you like when I was younger. I wouldn't go into certain stores because I thought you had to buy something to go inside the store.
To go inside the store, you still do that with the restrooms, right? You
Yeah.
feel weird.
Yeah, like I have to buy like a soda or something, like or something out the dollar menu, like.
And we're on the road all the time, and you have a fear of porta potties, so you always walk out with like a drink or something for us.
Yeah, so it goes
I'm
back.
not complaining, but
it goes back to being a kid, dude. Like I have to, there's a sign restroom for customers only. I'm like, I'm not gonna walk in there. Can I use the restroom? Walk out. Like I feel weird.
You have that Catholic gene. It's just like honesty through paranoia. You just have like that. You felt guilty, huh, when you were pirating games on your PlayStation?
Absolutely not.
Really?
No. Fuck.
Oh, that's weird.
I was a kid.
But you wouldn't walk into a store.
Yeah, I wouldn't walk into a store.
What the fuck?
Like there's, I remember when they first opened up a Borders skateboard shop at the Montebello Town Center.
Mm-hmm. You thought you had to know how to skateboard to walk in there?
Yeah, or like I couldn't go look at the skateboards because I wasn't going to buy one.
Like you walk in and at the entrance, they just leave a skateboard there to like booby trap people. And if they slip and fall, they'll get out.
Get out.
Get the fuck out of my store.
Dude, okay. That I have one gripe.
Hit me.
And, it was... I told you right before we started recording, I'm like, I had a good gripe. I don't remember. I just remember what it was.
Let's hear it.
So, I had to go to a Christmas, or I went to my wife's Christmas party for work, which, by the way, we got to plan a killer Christmas party for just us, I guess.
For the two employees.
Yeah. So we went, I needed new shoes because the shoes that I had, the Vans that I had, I ended up wearing for work and they're a bit tattered, whatever. So I went to go buy new shoes, and within the first 5 minutes, I got asked, like, "Are you doing okay?"
That's not funny. I don't know why they call it the funny bone.
I got to remember to put that in. see if you can pick it up, like you smacking your elbow, your drum set. Dude, within the first 5 minutes, like, "Are you guys doing okay?" It's like, dude, I just walked in the store. Like, and I remember telling you,
customer service, baby.
I remember telling you, like, I feel like an asshole because I feel like I treated them poorly, which I never do. You were just
griped out.
Yeah, dude. So I asked for a pair of shoes. I was looking around looking for a pair of shoes, and I found some. I happen to have these same pair already, but in white. But they were a black shoe with a gum sole. I have a big foot. So like a lot of these stores don't carry my sizes a lot of the time, so I kind of prepare for the worst always. And they brought out 2 different pairs. It's like, no, I wanted these because I have these already. Like, I know he didn't know that. And, Van dude, I apologize for being an asshole. And then, but what pissed me off more was after I had explained to him that I ordered shoes from Vans.com and they never sent them. It was like 10, 15 business days and they still hadn't sent my shoes. Like, I'm never going to order from them again. They lost me as a customer on Vans.com.
Wow.
Dude, I was waiting for those shoes.
Yeah, I remember when you ordered them too.
So he's like, oh, I had mentioned this to this employee. And he's like, well, I can always order. And then I'm like, bro, I just told you. Like, I could feel my like brow drop and like staring into his soul. Like, I just told you I'm never ordering.
You went full dad though. You're
Yeah.
like, everybody needs to know my gripe. Never again. You lost me as a customer from your website, but I'll still buy these
Classics.
these shoes that I really didn't want to buy, but I'll still buy them right now because you don't have the ones I really want.
It's the first time.
What a fucking pushover.
I think it's the first time I answered, like, honestly, like, oh, do you find everything you need? I actually said no. I'm like, this is my third option in shoes. They're like, we can order them.
God damn it. Does anybody care about the rules anymore?
Let me just buy damn shoes.
Just give me the damn number.
And then they're like, oh, spend $5 more and you get this. It's like, oh, do you want to buy this? It's like, just sell me my damn shoes. Let me get out of here. And then I went to go buy hats, and it was the same thing. It's like, can I get a hat for you? I'm like, dude, I already got it. Like,
yeah, it's pretty bonkers. I think anymore is like, well, I haven't gone into many stores, like going from store to store like that with you.
Mm-hmm.
That was the first time I did that in a while, and I remember the last time I heard anything about like malls or customer service or going into a store, they're like, yeah, you can't find anybody to help you out. But now it's like,
everybody just wants to help me out. And it's annoying sometimes.
Stop being so goddamn helpful.
Yeah.
I can help myself. But
I can do it myself.
It's almost like an overcorrection of that specific complaint that people had. Like, you can't find anybody to help you. I've been standing here for 10 minutes and nobody said anything to me. Now it's like you walk in within a second, 10 people have, the complete opposite of what used to happen. And, trying to sell you add-ons and all these other things. But I think now that it's because everybody's already shopped online. Like you already knew what shoes you wanted. You saw them online. You're just going to go in there and buy them and then have them. But everybody's hounding you. And it's just so weird to have that many employees when other places are going into like kiosks. Like, you just make Vans a kiosk. Like, it sounds shitty. This podcast supports the working class people. we are blue collar. Just throwing that out there. But I mean, with everything, we support the rail workers of America. We believe they deserve sick days. But with the way everything's going, is like, for the Vans store to have that many employees at the mall at whatever hour that was kind of bizarre, wasn't it?
Yeah. I mean,
and they were still like, we can order these for you online. I'm like, I can order them online.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need you to order them online for me.
We can have it shipped to the store. Does that mean they'll ship them? Because they never ship mine.
Maybe if it was like 15 years ago, I could see that, like, oh, we can order them online for you.
You can?
Or
that's a thing?
Or we can show you how to do it yourself. But now it's like, well, why?
Yeah.
Like, I'll just leave here and...
I think it's like buying cassettes, dude. Or if you vinyl, it's like you want that analog feeling.
Why are you attacking me, dude?
You want that analog feeling of walking...
We're having a wonderful conversation.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, dude. It's like walking into a store, buying what you want instead of
getting hounded. Like, oh, I don't help you out, please. I need the commission.
I'm not gonna feed my family.
Do you remember who helped you out? And you're like, I don't know, that fucking douchebag over there.
I did say that. I said that dude over there. Like, he never said his name. You're just like, how can I help you out? Like, you finding shoes you want? Oh, look at this pair. Like, did you hear about our bonus bucks?
That guy standing over there doing nothing. Who's that guy?
Dude, that's another thing too. It's like, I told my wife, I'm like, I feel bad because I was kind of treating these guys like an asshole, but it's like, I worked all day. I'm tired. I just want these shoes. I was up until 4 a.m. editing a podcast.
I'm a blue collar guy. I just want my shoes.
And I finally found the pair that I want. And the guy's just standing there for like 5 minutes, like right next to me. I'm looking at shoes still. I told him what pair I want, and he's just standing there. I'm like,
I think their back room is really small because he had to wait for other people to come out.
Yeah, he didn't mention that, like, because I told him what
I heard him say something because he was. You might have been fuming. You were just like, you were seeing red. Like your eyes were glazed up. You're like, this motherfucker. Well, but because he was trying to make conversation because he had to just stand there awkwardly. And I was like, oh, I feel bad for this dude.
But I think what really got me fuming was I told him what shoes
was really grinding your gears.
And then he went to help the couple sitting down. So I told him what shoes I wanted, and then
he was awkward, dude.
And I'm like, oh my God.
He didn't know what to do with his hands. He was like holding a box of shoes. He was holding that one shoe in his hand. Like, so you guys come here often? Oh, what brings you to the mall? You're like, shoes, dude. And then buying shoes.
And then I'm trying on the shoes and he brings me socks.
Did he really?
Yeah. He's like, I don't know if you're a fan of low cut. I'm like, look, dude, ankle socks. Like, no, I'm not. Yeah, I am, but you don't make size 13 socks. Like, all your socks are 6 to 12 or something.
You don't force a man to change his sock brand.
I only wear Carhartt socks.
I wear the socks. Oh my God. Such a horror for Carhartt.
I'm not wearing a Carhartt shirt today.
I had to double check that sure I was wearing a Carhartt.
But yeah, that's my gripe, dude. Leave me alone. Let me shop.
Carhartt, if you want to sponsor this podcast, we are blue collar. We wear hard hats. We drive work trucks. Oh wait,
we didn't burn anything when you required the.
Yeah, we were both vaccinated and boosted. I can't say the V word, huh?
I don't think so.
God damn it.
We got jabbed.
I'm going to be the downfall of this podcast. I'd like to apologize in advance.
Well, quick call to action, guys. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Share the Backline and on YouTube, youtube.com/@ShareTheBackline. We really do appreciate all the subscribers that we have, all 11 of you. Well, 9, because I think we're one and one. Last time I checked, it was 11.
Oh, yeah, I did subscribe. I did my part. Do yours.
Do yours.
Do yours.
Do yours. Do yours. We appreciate it, guys, really. We're going to, continue to be consistent with these episodes.
And imaginative.
Yeah. I promise we'll come up with topics and get back on track with being the podcast that we want it to be. But I think this is kind of what we wanted it to be.
Well, we talked about it in the last one. It's end of the year. Kind of tough to get people to interview. But once everything kind of slows down, we'll be able to get down and talk to these people.
Yeah. But, follow us, Share the Backline. We tag ourselves in all the posts. So if you want to follow us on our personals, they're there. I'm not going to put it out there.
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Beardly Andrew. But I think that's it. I appreciate you. We appreciate you. Whenever you listen to this, have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Yeah, have one of those.
For the second time in a row.
Have one of those.
There you go. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Peace.